this episode of CobbTV, we are going to learn how to sing and play the drums at the exact same time. Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content. Special shout out to the person who suggested I make this video. If there is a specific type of content you would like to see on the channel, then please suggest the video that you would like to see in the comments. Now, let's get right into it. The first tip I have for being able to sing and play drums is to learn both things separately the best you can. Because the less you have to think about something, the more room your brain has to do other things, like thinking about the correct pitches. And yes, when you learn how to sing the pitches to the best of your abilities, because the drums aren't necessarily a tonal instrument. You're not going to be able to find a G or a B flat just at the tip of your fingers like you are on a guitar or a piano. So memorize those pitches of the songs that you're trying to learn the best you can, and pick songs that you know really, really well off the bat. And if you're picking a song with an easy drum beat, the easier it's going to be. The first song I ever learned to sing and play drums to was Holly Roller Novocain by Kings of Leon, and I brought it to a band, and it goes a little bit something like this. My darling, you look lovely. I come to lay you down. Uncover your head and submit me. We'll make a joyful sound. And it goes a little bit something like that. Now this beat, the hardest part about it is the swing, getting the swing right on the kick drum and having that independence. But once you commit that to muscle memory, you don't have to think about that. And it's a song I knew so well, I didn't have to think about the lyrics. It's just seeing how the words fit with the timing, which goes along to my next tip. It's a lot like counting and playing drums at the same time. Only when you're counting and playing drums, you don't necessarily have to think about the pitches or the melody. But a great example of that is I Wish by Skee Lo. It's got a super simple beat, a disco beat, one of the easiest beats for me to play. I don't even have to think about it. And there's really not a whole lot of singing. The choruses are a little bit singy, but this is a song that taught me about counting or singing and playing. I could really hear the counting, and I'll show you an example of both. So I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" and collar. A 1-y and a 2-y and 3 and a 4-y and 1 and a 2-y and a 3 and a 4-y and a 1. A 2-y and a 3 and a 4-y and a 1. A 2-y and a 3 and. So you can see it's not too much different. If you can just think of it as counting but with specific words, then that might make things a little bit easier. I wish I was like 6'9" so I could get with Yoshi, and she don't know me, but Yoshi's really fine. You know I see her all the time, everywhere I go, and even in my dreams I can scheme a ways to make her mine. Cause I know she's living fat, but boyfriend's tall and he plays ball, and how am I gonna compete with that? Cause when it comes to playing basketball, I'm always last to be picking, and some faces never pick it at all. So I just sit up on the wall, or sit up in the bleachers with the rest of the girls who came to watch the man ball. Dag y'all, I wish I understood why the jocks get the fly girls, and me I get the hood rats. I tell them scat, skittles, and bobble, tell him the bottle, and put in the hospital for talking that mess. I confess it's a shame when you're living in the city that's the size of a box and nobody knows your name. Glad I came to my senses, like quick, I 6'6" from my stomach, but come if I thought, so me put together, right? But when I asked out, he said I wasn't a type. Wish I was a little bit taller, I wish I was a baller, I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" and collar. Wish I was a little bit taller, I wish I was a baller, I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" and collar. So there you go. It's just counting. A 1-y and a 2-y and a 3-y and a 4-y and a 1. But you're giving it specific words. And that's a song where I memorized the lyrics, so I don't even really have to think about the lyrics. And really, what my brain is doing with that extra little bit of space is I'm making sure that I'm playing my beat as solid as possible, as close to a metronome. I'm really just thinking about that, and then my words are just kind of coming out of my mouth a little bit. And that's only because there's not a lot of melody in that song. There's not a lot of singing, I should say. So there you go, a little added bonus, rapping and playing drums at the same time as well. Not a lot of people do it. But yeah, you know, go listen to Anderson .Paak. He plays and sings drums or raps in drums at the same time. And also check out some of the oldies. Ringo Starr, a great singing drummer. Don Henley, Phil Collins. A lot of really good singing drummers out there who just make it look so natural. So just look how they do it and you can learn another thing as well. So what about intricate drum beats? Singing over intricate drum beats. Well, this is the best example I have for you. It's one that I learned, and again, it's just about committing things to muscle memory. So this is a little bit of a tricky beat. It's not a conventional beat, so I remember when I listened to it and I learned it by ear, I just played it over and over and over again until I had it down. And then I just started singing over the top of it. I just realized I could do it. I had listened to the song so much, I knew how the chorus went. But it's a good example of even just taking that tricky beat and slowing it down and seeing how the words fit. And while you're doing that, you can see like the neural pathways connecting to certain rhythms, certain things that your body is doing, and it just all kind of comes out at once. Really, singing and playing drums, you know, drumming is like 4 limbs and singing is like your 5th limb. So it's kind of like when you're playing a beat. Adding that left foot in there, right? It's like a whole nother thing. So with this beat, it's Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem. There you have it, some tips on how to sing and play drums at the same time, or even rap and play drums at the same time. Again, it's just about committing things to muscle memory. The lyrics, the pitches, the form of the song, and of course the drum beat. The more that you can just internalize all those things, the easier it's going to be when you put it all together, and then of course putting it all together and committing that to muscle memory, and then it just becomes second nature, and that gives your brain more space to do and think about other things, like liking and subscribing to this video, and of course leave a comment. I would love to hear what some of your favorite singing drummers are. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.